Welcome back, everyone. Today, we always talk about fiction. We talk about fictional cars, but today it's fictional phones. Today, a completely fictional thing and phone. Today, I'll explain the specs of the phone and how to use the black box and what the black box is. Remember that only people in the fake world can have this phone, not the real world. So the fictional phone in subject is the Xeronia Xalaxy S7. It released in 2026 already, so let me detail the specs for this fictional device. The Xeronia Xalaxy S7 out of the box runs Giottopra's operating systems, lastest version, Craftdroid 6.0, Kinder Country, and Xeronia's own UI or UX, Xeronia Evolution version 2.0. It supports up to 14 SIM. And the storage, the gigabytes of RAM is 988-76542198754319876543212 gigabytes of RAM, and 987654321 9876432 9876432 and 8764321 at 7644321 down at 8644321 down at 6643321 at 7764321 at 7644321 down at 7644321 down 8764321 987754321 down 8764321 down at 7644321 down 7644321 down at 7644321 down 7764321 down at 7644321 down at 7644321 down 76443 window at 76443 window at 76432 window at 76443 window at 76442 at 7 65432198654321987 654321987 654321987 65432198654321987 8765 gigabytes of storage. Increase or multiply it in the settings. Before we continue talking about the specs of this phone, I'm Warren, we're talking about the lowest and standard variant slash trim of the phone. Now let's continue. It introduces AI emoji app. You can make eye emojis and then apply them to your keyboard and some selfies, etc. Now it has a size of 5.8-inch screen. The front camera is 9999 MP. So the back camera, rear camera, and front cameras. The processor of this fictional phone is sneetalobomus 3rd generation. Its FPS is infinite. The phone is entirely made out of bedrock. The battery life it lasts 4 months to go from 100% to 15%. Charging from 0% to 100% takes 1 minute. It is resistant to fire and water. It features OLED display. There isn't actually a limit for how much you can increase the storage on this fictional phone. Please note it's fictional completely rather than real, and all these SEPs were for the default standard one. Now, all real-world smartphones and tablets have only one way of booting up: traditional buttons on the side of the phone. There are buttons for volume up and down and power buttons. The default standard variant of Xeronia Xalaxy S7 uses this way of booting as well. But the higher variant slash trim of the Xeronia Xalaxy S7, the idle variant, which has the same size, and the plus variant, which size is 6.4 inch, don't use this traditional real-world way to boot up. The volume up and down buttons are still here, but the power up button is not. It's instead replaced by the black box. What is the black box? As you can see in the image, it's a bedrock-built controller. Black box is the way to boot up the phone in these trims. Instead of the buttons on the right side of the phone, like real-world smartphones, power, volume up, down buttons, the volume up and down buttons are still here, but the power on is not there. Instead, the idle and plus trims comes with a black box. The black box is unlosable, always teleports to the user or who should have it when lost. The black box has a glass on it to power up the phone. Hold the glass for 3 seconds till it becomes red. When the phone boots up, it turns orange. Then when finished, it's green. Also on the box, you not only have this glass, but you have safety for your phone, lock button. When you lock it, your phone becomes untouchable, immovable, and completely invincible. When you press it again, it becomes unlocked. Accessory button, this means the phone can be movable but still is off. Charging. Trims like idle or plus don't come with charge cables. Instead, there's a blue second glowing glass on the box. Put the phone on it. It charges. There's no limit. A full charge takes 30 seconds. Remember, the black box is only for the idle and plus trims. And best of all, the black box cannot be lost. It always teleports to the owner of who should have it when lost. About the other trims, the black box is unlosable. It's resistant to everything, lava, water, everything, etc. The standard default variant of the Xeronia Xalaxy S7 is the value-focused one, just $24 for price. The price for idle is $30, and for plus, it's $40. Not let me explain the black box again. We started talking about it. Now, as you can see, I have my Xeronia Xalaxy S7 there. Now, to use the black box, you want to take your Xeronia Xalaxy S7 and see that white register button there on the black box. Place your Xeronia Xalaxy S7 on it till that button turns green. Then take the phone off it. Then see that ice glass that says phone power on off over there. Place your hand on it till it turns red and release it. As you can see, the phone turns on. During the boot sequence, it will turn orange, and when it finishes, it turns green. Now to lock it, you can see a lock/unlock button on the black box. Press that button. The Xeronia Xalaxy S7 becomes immovable, untouchable. To unlock it, press the button again. It's that simple. When it's unlocked, the light is red. When locked, the light is green. Now remember, the black box is only available for trims like idle or plus.